I'm sorry, I need to drop something.
Hey guys, LunarSpawn27 here, bringing Fairy Tail Chapter 368, The Third Seal. Oh boy, I was not expecting that to happen in this week's chapter, but I'll get to that in due time. So the chapter begins with Elfman returning back to the Fairy Tail Guild. He informs everybody what happened to Lisanna and Yuri, the guy that Lisanna and Elfman were assigned to protect. It seems that Elfman blames himself, but all the Fairy Tail members assure him that it's not his fault, and that Levy is currently trying to pinpoint Tartarus' location. Kana, on the other hand, wonders why didn't Elfman go after Tartarus since they captured his sister. Elfman just says, I lost sight of them. She's not buying it, saying that the people who captured Lisanna could not have evaded someone like Elfman who's capable of transforming into a beast. But before she could say anything else, Grade tells her to stop, saying that she didn't really need to say those things. As for Elfman, he just tells everybody that he's going to rest a bit. At first I thought Kana was being harsh on Elfman, but maybe she's under the suspicion that he's not acting like himself. I mean, Kana does know a lot about Elfman, right? So maybe she's under suspicion that something is up with him. I was also wondering why nobody else noticed Elfman's eyes, since they are a darker shade than his usual eyes. Well, I always thought that he was probably keeping his head down so that nobody would notice that he's under some sort of trance or control by Sayla. With Elfman all alone, we get a flashback of what happened before he came back. Now, Sayla was going to take Lisanna away from him to Tartarus, and in exchange for her life, he has to do something for Sayla. He has to return to the guild and install this lacrima, which looks like a crystal ball with black swirly stuff inside it, and that lacrima just happens to be an ultra concentrated ether light spear. This thing is 500 times more powerful than Jupiter and is going to vaporize the guild. FYI, Jupiter that Sayla was referring to is the magical convergent cannon that Phantom Lord used during the Phantom Lord arc. And this ultra concentrated ether light spear is 500 times stronger than that. So Elfman didn't want to really do this, but Sayla says, you can and you will. So Elfman, under Sayla's control, has no choice but to implant the lacrima in order to get his sister back. Okay, here's the thing. If Erza wasn't there to block the Jupiter cannon, if it hit Fairy Tail, the entire guild, along with the surrounding area, well, part of it at least, would have been completely vaporized, right? If this lacrima is 500 times stronger than that, wouldn't not only the guild be destroyed, but also the entire town surrounding it as well? And if that were the case, then that would mean Elfman will die along with the guild, and several innocent people will die as well. So he's not going to be able to see his sister again. Then again, the reason why he's doing this is so his sister won't die. We cut back to Tartarus, where Natsu and Lisanna are trying to break free from one of the cuffs. Lisanna is trying to separate them using her feet, while Natsu is trying to pull with all of his strength, but it doesn't seem to work because these cuffs cannot be broken with the strength of a regular human. Then again, Natsu is a dragon slayer, so I guess this also applies to dragon slayers as well. However, Silver appears and he drops a piece of cloth inside their cell. The blanket was for Lisanna so that she can cover herself up, and yet Natsu doesn't get anything. Silver says that even though he couldn't let them escape, he couldn't allow his little princess to stay like that much longer. Natsu yells at him, asking who he is, but Silver just walks away and just waves. But after that, he seems to be a bit upset and says, Natsu of all people. It's like he knows him. We cut back to Franmouth and Crawford, who's using his super archive to find Jellal. The super archive kind of looks like a massive globe, but how does it pinpoint the location of every single mage, especially Jellal? Jellal is a member of Crime sorcier, and he's also kind of a criminal, sort of, to the Magic Council. I mean, he's on the run, so he doesn't have like a specific location that he stays all the time. So how the hell does the Super Archive pinpoint his location? Maybe Crawford will be able to figure it out, just like how Levy is trying to figure out where Tartarus is located. Well, that or this Super Archive is like a highly advanced Google Maps. In the meantime, Kyouka is continuing her method of trying to find Jellal by torturing Erza even more, this time using Yakdoriga, the frog eel thing, to electrocute her. Seeing Erza being tortured is kinda hard to read, given her backstory and the fact that she doesn't know where Jellal is, and I feel really, really bad for her. Kyouka asks her where Jellal is, but all Erza could say is, return in Mira. So this time Kyouka is going to double the sensation of pain, and Erza continues to get electrocuted again. Meanwhile with Jellal, he's still fighting the Erasio and says, Midnight asks him what he can possibly do to free them, so Jellal tells him that he can defeat them. Where you stand, all of you disappear. Wait, so he really is going to try to kill the Erasio says? Even though all they want is just to be free? I'm a bit confused here. Well, I guess that doesn't matter because Zero wakes up yelling out, you're the one that's going to disappear, Jellal, and uses a special beam cannon at him. No, seriously, this thing looks like the special beam cannon. Am I the only one who thinks that? Anyway, the attack managed to pierce Jellal right through the chest. Back with Crawford, he found something with his super archive. And back with Jellal, yeah, that hole is freaking massive on his chest. I don't think it hit his heart, but it's still a pretty devastating wound, and he's losing a lot of blood. Melody tries to head towards Jellal, but Jellal tells her to get back, tells her to run, but Melody refuses, saying that she can't leave him like this. But before Jellal can say anything, Zero just lunges right towards Jellal, punches him so hard the ground broke. Zero laughs maniacally, saying that's the icing on the cake. Crawford found Jellal, but according to him, he's done more than just found him, and that is where the chapter ends. So yeah, that was Fairy Tail chapter 368. What did I think? Fairy Tail cannot catch a break. I mean, god damn. Holy shit. This chapter was really good. Okay, first off, Elfman. He is under Sayla's control, being manipulated to vaporize Fairy Tail for the sake of Lisanna's safety. Now, it's possible that Elfman might be able to snap out of it. I'm not sure because I don't know like how strong Sayla's macro is. But if he is somehow able to snap out of it, what is he going to do with that lacrima? Is he going to like try to lunge it towards the sky so it won't activate? And if he can't like snap out of Sayla's control, then maybe Kana might do something to stop him. As I said before, I thought Kana was being suspicious over Elfman. It's most likely that she might try to stop him, and I don't know like what they're going to do with the lacrima though. Now with Silver, we know that his smell is similar to Gray's. There have been theories that he is either Gray from the future or Gray's father. I don't think he's Gray's father because he said Natsu of all people. So how would he know about Natsu? Also, Gray's dad is supposed to be dead when Deliora attacked Gray's town. Also, when he called Lisanna his little princess, I actually never thought Gray called Lisanna, or let alone any other girl, little princess. But it seems most likely that he might be Gray from the future, or Gray from another alternate universe, I don't know. And let's just say if Silver really is Gray, then why in the hell did he join Tartarus? And then Jellal. Okay, when I first read this, I was really surprised this really happened to him. I mean, the guy got a hole right through the chest, and he got punched so hard by Zero. And now that Zero is awakened, what is he going to do with the rest of the Erasio says? What's going to happen to Melody? And if Jellal really has died, is he going to stay dead permanently, or is this a temporary thing? I was led to believe that the three that sealed Face, they have to die in order to be unsealed. Granted, it wasn't mentioned if they have to be unconscious, but the other two sealers were dead, and Jellal has to die in order for Face to be unsealed. Even if it would suck if he did die, but if he really is dead, then holy crap. But the last panel with Crawford, he said, "It seems I've done more than just find him." What did he mean by that? Did he mean that he also found him dead? Or is Crawford aware about Zero and ordered him to kill Jellal? But then I also noticed in one of the panels that Midnight was smiling. Maybe he was happy that Jellal finally died, or maybe he probably got a trick up his sleeve or something. I've heard a rumor that Midnight must have used his illusion magic to fool Zero to believe that he was dead. But then again, if it was led to believe that Jellal really has died, I want actual proof, like really confirming that he's really dead, because I don't want to get like cock teased to believe that Jellal is dead and only realize like within like the next chapter or two, oh no, he's alive. That would be really bullcrap on Hiromashima's part if he really did do that. Then again, I got mixed feelings towards Jallal's character. I mean, I didn't like him at first because he was evil, but then it turned out Altair manipulated him, so I had mixed feelings of whether to like him or continue to hate him. I mean, he does want to redeem himself, so that's a plus. And the weird thing is, I did like the development between him and Erza, but that was when he stopped being evil. So if he were to die, no more Jellal / Erza, that would kind of suck. But then again, this is Hero's call, so if we want to see face, Jellal probably does have to die. I got really conflicted feelings about this, but what happened here really did surprise me. There really was some tension in this chapter, especially with Erza being tortured and what happened with Jellal and what happened with Elfman. Whether Fairy Tail or anybody else is going to get out of this safe and sound is still a bit hard to tell, but I still thought this chapter was pretty good. So next week's chapter is called The Place Prayers Reach. Is this like a chapter where Jellal goes to the afterlife or something? I don't know. Maybe Melody is going to try to heal Jellal or something. I'm not sure what the next week's chapter means, but we'll just have to wait and see next week. So overall, I thought the chapter was pretty good. You can feel the tension in this chapter. So yeah, that is Fairy Tail chapter 368. Tell me guys, what do you think of this week's chapter? Did you like it? Did you hate it? You think Jellal is dead for reals this time? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like the video if you like it and subscribe for more videos. Also, be sure to check out my Facebook fan page and Google+. So yeah, that is Fairy Tail chapter 368. I'm Lunar Spawn 27, and I will see you guys later. Bye.